Hi, welcome to the beginner series from Scraps of Encouragement. I am Laura and I am the owner of scrapsofencouragement.com, and I am so glad that you have decided to check out some of these beginner videos to help you get started on your card making journey. So in today's video, I am just going to go over the very basics of what you need to start card making. The reality is, it's just like so many things in life. There are so many options and so many ways that you can start card making, but I wanted to make this really easy for you to just know, okay, if I get these supplies, I can jump in and start making some great cards. Now, in the next few videos in this series, they'll probably be a little bit longer as I'm going to go into a lot more detail about the different types of products, from paper and ink to adhesives and stamps, how to care for your stamps and all of that good stuff. But for today's video, we're just going to focus on what you really have to get started. So I am excited to jump in. I hope that you join me over at the craft table and let's see what we have. So all you need to get started is you're going to need some card bases and envelopes. These come in different sizes, and you can pick the size that fits you best, but they come together in card bases and envelopes, and they'll come pre-scored. So all you have to do is fold it over, and then you're ready to make your card. Now, when you're making your card, you are going to want to put some stamps on there. So I recommend starting with 1 or 2 stamp sets. Now I have both of these to kind of show you. You might want to get a stamp set that's just sentiments and one that's just images to kind of complement each other, or you might want to get a set that is has got a lot of images and sentiments that fit your needs. Now, when you're picking out stamp sets, what you want to do, especially at the beginning, is look at what your needs are and stamp sets that you can stretch a lot. So where an image like a butterfly is pretty generic and you can use it for a lot of things, that would make a good first stamp set. You might not want to get a first stamp set that's just got something that can only be used for Christmas time, for example, unless you plan to just make Christmas cards. Then you can get all the Christmas that you want. But just think about, when you're picking out your stamp set, how much use you can get out of that. I always say that a good stamp set is one that you look at and you can immediately think of at least 3 things to do with that stamp set, 3 different kinds of cards to make. Then you're getting a good stamp set. So with your stamp set, what you're going to need is you are going to need at least 1 stamping block. Now, blocks come in different sizes. Here are 2 of the different sizes. This is a D block and this is a C block. And you are going to want to get a block that is going to fit the largest stamp in your set. So for this butterfly set, for example, I would want to get a D block because my sentiment here, this is a very loved stamp set, my sentiment here is not going to fit on the C block, even though the butterfly will, but it will fit on a D block. And so if I have a D block, it will fit everything that I have there. And I can also put much smaller stamps on that D block as well. There are 2 basic kind of stamps that you're going to notice, and I'm just going to tell you about those really quickly. There's a photopolymer stamp, which is a clear stamp. So you put this on your block, and then when you stamp it, you're going to stamp and you can see through the block and see exactly where you're stamping. And so that's really nice. And then there's also this red rubber stamp called a clear mount that you can pick up and put on your block, and it's not going anywhere. And this one is more like the stamps that you're probably used to, the red rubber stamps that come on wood blocks. And the reason that we don't have each of them coming with their own wood block, obviously you want this one on clear so that you can see through it, but that way the storage room, you're not taking up so much storage space, and you're able to cut the cost down because instead of having a block for every single stamp, you only have 1 block that you can use for tons and tons and tons of stamps. So you will need your card bases, your stamps, and your blocks. And don't worry, you do not need to keep track of all of this. I will have it all listed for you below. And then the other thing that you're going to want when you're just starting out is your ink. I recommend starting with Memento Black ink. This is a very versatile ink that you can use for a lot of different things, and so this will be a good one to start with to kind of keep your stash going well. A good black ink to start with. And then I recommend 2 or 3 colors. You can pick whichever colors match with the projects that you want to make or the stamps that you've got, and you can always add to these more and more and more. So the last thing that you're going to need once you get your stamps stamping, you need to clean them. There's a lot of options for stamp cleaners, which again I will go over more later, but the best place to start, I feel, is the Simply Chamois. Mine is used and loved. When you first get it, it'll be this beautiful light purple color, and it will be all nice and clean. When you get it wet, it gets soft, and you just get it wet with water, and then you use it to wipe. Ooh, didn't have this on the block very well. You use it to wipe your stamp off, and it cleans it really well, and that's all you need. Now this also comes bigger. I have cut mine in half just because I like working with it this size, but it will come bigger when you get yours. And really, when it comes to card making, that is all you need to get started. In some later videos, I'll talk about more options for paper, more options for adhesives and tools and other things that you can use. But when you're talking about the basics of card making, you want to get in there and just get making cards. That is really all you need to get started. And if you just have these products, I have a ton of videos on my website that are simple stamping videos that use basically these supplies that I've listed here. And so they're cards that you can make with very minimal supplies to get you started. If you have any questions about the things that I have told you already or shown you today, please leave a comment below or get in touch with me via email, and I'm happy to help you out. And I am excited to jump into these supplies more and to dig a little bit deeper in the next few videos. And I hope that you join me all along the way. And most of all, I hope that you find joy in creating as you spread kindness and encouragement with your scraps of paper. Talk to you later. Bye.